Hey guys, this is Nate, and I'm back for another audio commentary for WCReplays.com. And today I've chosen a pretty short replay, but it demonstrates exactly how I deal with teching Night Elves at this point in time. And I think you guys will like it. So let's get this game loaded up and pause at 15 seconds. On 1x speed with Fog of War on under my vision, WOA slide. Players are me, WOA slide is Undead versus Knight, V 2.0 is random. He will random Night Elf. And I just want to credit Durandal for where I'm getting the strategy from. He's the first player I've really seen, really go at this strategy very effectively and persistently and show it how it's done. So, if you're interested in seeing more replays of this on higher level play, then check out his replays. I think he's using the name Sour Saint right now. And actually, can you guys pause the game at 20 seconds? My bad, I forgot to pause. So pause the game at 20 seconds. Now, basically, your goal in this matchup, as you'll see again, it's a very short replay, and that's because you want to end the game quickly before the Night Elf starts taking advantage of that tech. So the plan is to Undead Tower Rush them. Yes, you heard right. You're going to Tower Rush the Night Elf. So anyway, hopefully you guys have gotten to the 20-second mark. 20-second mark by now. So let's unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Now, my build versus random always allows me to do this. What I do is I get a very late altar, but that means that I will generally, it's very important to scout your opponent before you start your hero. So, although it means I get a late hero, it means I get to choose a hero based on the matchup that I want. And in this case, I'm going to want the Dreadlord in order to sleep surround. And what's also good about this is that it lets me get that early graveyard. So you get a lot of extra wood early on, and I'll be able to build spirit towers because of that. So once I've got enough wood for that second ziggurat, I send my ghoul off the scout. Now what I'm not doing in this game is chopping a piece of wood off a tree. But it's a good idea to, instead of having your ghoul deposit all his wood that he's chopped, chop a piece of wood, and then if you need to run away, just press E. And what this does is it avoids a lot of the collisions between units that you would have otherwise, and it basically makes it easier for the ghoul to get away. So I like to do that, although I never remember to, but it's just something to do. So I still don't know that he's Night Elf yet. And you'll notice this build is exactly the same as the build I used in the last game. You can also use this build to fast expand. And the reason I use this is because if the Night Elf does not tech, you can simply fast expand as opposed to tower rushing them. And it's very easy to do this against Night Elf because with Dreadlord with Sleep Surround, Night Elves just, they can't really deal with it early on, especially since so many of them get late Ancients of War. So if they're not teching, then I simply reverse into fast expansion. Now you see, what I've done here is it's very important for your ghoul that you're scouting with her. And now you notice I chopped a piece of wood, by the way. A lot of Night Elf players won't start Ancients of War before the hero comes out, as I scouted before. The first scouting was really to determine what race he was, and now that I know he's Night Elf, I'm just hanging around, waiting until his hero has definitely left his base. And then I want to go back and see if he's building Ancients of War at this point. 2-3 minutes into the game, if he has no Ancients of War, then I know he's teching. Not to mention, as I'm walking in, look, he's going Tree of Ages. So now I know it's on. It's before my heroes come out, so I'm ready to go. Got my Acolyte, and so I'm just going to start sending my Acolyte towards his base since it's so much slower, and purchase a Rod of Necromancy and a couple Sacrificial Skulls. And you'll see he does make a good move here. In that he dispels part of my Sacrificial Skull, and I'll let him use the second one. That's why you get 2, since Wisps can dispel it. Now, right here, I just want to get his hero out of the way, so I got a nice Sleep Surrounder here, and he can knock it out. You see I moved that last ghoul at the bottom there, and this is good because I force him to TP, which means I can kill his hero much easier later on. Also means I don't have to spend money building a tower at my base, which is all good. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm going back to my base. This isn't really too smart. I should just send my whole ghoul army there and just send my Dreadlord to get the items. but I'm just getting a little extra wood while I can, and then I'm going to get going. Again, I'm sending my Acolyte out first. I don't really think he's going to come back to harass me as he's going to do. It doesn't really make much sense, I think, against the sleep surrounding Dreadlord, especially after you've used your TP. But I guess he decided that he wanted to try to harass me. I'm not sure what level this guy is. We have to check that. Now, he called me a hacker here. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what I did that would suggest I was a hacker, but I guess he decided I was a hacker. So, and he kills another Acolyte. That's kind of a problem, although not really a problem because I've got another Acolyte coming up. You always want to have more than one Acolyte and add more as you go in order to repair. But it's very important not just to have that one Acolyte, because if you can't summon more buildings, you can't repair them, you're pretty screwed. Now, I'm not sure if he clicked on my hero or not, but if he did, he'd see that I have those sacrificial skulls. And you see here, he has a real good move here. Cancels that wisp, and then he detonates on the blight. And that was a really, really good move, because what he's done is he's made it so my towers cannot go in range of his Tree of Ages, which is, you know, the ultimate target really for my towers. The thing is, though, I had a second sacrificial skull exactly for that, and I didn't use it. But I don't know, I just wasn't thinking, I guess. But where I place the ziggurats is kind of second best. They're still in range of his moonwell, so that's good. It's very important that the ziggurats are in range of buildings so that they can, you know, do their damage and put pressure on him. And this way I'll be able to build more closer in as I go. So my goal here is just to take out those moonwells and take out, very crucial, is to take out any ancients that he tries to put up. And you see he's putting up Ancient of War here. I immediately go after that, because if he starts producing units, then I'm in trouble. Now, I didn't buy Dust of Appearance. That would have been a good idea. But now at this point I pretty much got the game locked down. He doesn't really have any way to start producing units, and he's going to be coming under fire in like 30 seconds. So at this point I pretty much won the game. I attacked at a very good time. I took out the Ancient of Lore, or he took it out, but I mean, there's nothing he can really do at this point except try and build Ancients of Wars off somewhere else with wisps that he placed beforehand, which is perfectly possible. But by the time he gets units out of there, I think he's definitely going to be under a lot of pressure. You see, I'm just going for surrounds whenever I can. Keep his heroes busy, and just sit behind my towers at this point. Now, I've done this a bunch of times, and I actually tried to do this on an Orc player. Let me tell you, this does not work against Orc. Night Elf is the only race you can pull this off against, in my experience. I also tried it against Undead, and that didn't go down too well. And of course, you can't do it against Human because of Militia. So at this point, he knows he's totally screwed, and I think he just leaves the game. So, hope you guys learned a little bit about this matchup versus attacking Night Elf. Again, sorry the replay was so short, but that entails the strategy pretty well, and it's very, very, very hard for Night Elf to stop this if you can kill those Ancients as they're going up, and you can really put a lot of pressure on them. So, again, hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to leave me feedback or whatever. I'm going to try and do a Undead versus Orc commentary next, versus Masked Wyverns. I got a lot of requests for that, but feel free to leave me other requests and ask me specific questions, whatever, and I'll be happy to answer them. So I'll see you guys around.